an extended period of time. And here is one of my house drawings. That part of what makes this look so real is what I am doing with the shadows. Let me zoom way in. And so everywhere that something is sticking out, like the window, like the eave, I'm darkening underneath it with a shadow line. And that gives it the feel of three-dimensionality. And that is almost as important as the texture. So on the roof and on the wall, that the photograph, this was an English house that I was looking at, that I was drawing, that had some kind of roof that almost looked like it was thatched. Some kind of weird roofing from the Middle Ages that we don't have here. So I started with drawing like this, that I looked at the house and drew it side by side like we did on our first assignment. And I have a vanishing point. So you can see that I have a 1-point perspective house here, and I've drawn the roof and the sides to recede toward a vanishing point. And then I'm working on trees, which you can do in Photoshop. And I'm trying to, whoops, I did not mean to hit paint. I'm trying to now give my walls and my roof on my drawing texture so that it will have more of a feeling of three-dimensionality. So that's the building I'm looking on, and I want those panels that are on the roof. And texture is really quite fun to deal with. So I went online and looked for board texture. I actually have a folder here of Photoshop textures that I got that Photoshop gave me for free with a tutorial. So I have papers and things like that. And you make your own textures basically. So I have saved, I think, to my desktop, board textures. And you open them up. And some textures are seamless and some aren't. This one said it was seamless. Seamless means that when you pour it out in a document, it's not going to leave edges and lines. And you have to try it out to look. So when you're saving something for texture, you select the object. I select all. And then I'll go to Edit, to Define Pattern. And I click the Define Pattern, and there it is. And we're calling that board textures because they've already named it for us. Now, if it's truly seamless, then when you open up a new blank document, there's one the size of my computer screen, and you pour it out. And I didn't mean for it to go to that. I needed it to be blank. Now, I still have the pattern on. This is on your paint bucket. You have paint bucket, gradient, material drop, and up here then you can choose pattern. So I'm not sure where it's saved. Oh, it's at the very bottom. Save the one I just made, and I'll undo the paint bucket, and now it's on this pattern, and I pour out the boards. And now if we look, you 100%, their boards are truly seamless. If it's not seamless, then you're going to see lines in. It takes a small part of the board and pours it all out. And I know how to make something seamless, and I will show you that, but I wanted to show you putting this texture in first. So there is my boards. I'm going to get on my layer where my house is. You 100%. And you see the area that I want to make with the wood, but I want it to be transparent. So I'm going to select an area, and I'm going to use my Magic Wand selection tool. And now you see that I have just selected the area around the windows. And I'm going to make sure that I make a brand new layer. And then I'm going to take my paint bucket tool, where my wood is and pour that in there. Now, that's really cool, except it's way too dark. So voila, through the magic of Photoshop, I am going to take that layer there, and I'm going to change the opacity until it fades into the piece. And normal makes it too white, so we could try darken, multiply, that makes the white drop out, and 37% just may not be enough. Color burn, linear burn, darker color, lighten, screen, color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color, overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, pin light, difference, exclusion, subtract, divide, hue, saturation, color, and luminosity. All right, so when I zoom out on my screen, fit it on screen, and I'm looking at the original house, which is there, you can really see the boards on it. It's not quite the way I want it. My color is a little bit different. So I could play with the colors before I pour that out and make a pattern of it. But you can see how much that is going to enhance my drawing. It's going to make the texture just be a little bit more realistic. And all of us want to have our things look real when we're trying to make something look real. All right, so that's what the wood would look like. I can get brick, I can get tiles for my roof, the whole thing, and pour the textures in and make them work. If I have trouble with one that isn't seamless, I'll stop and make a video on making it seamless.